համագործակցության համար վստահ եմ, որ այդ համագործակցությունը կլինի շարունակական եւ արդյունավետ։
I'm sure that this cooperation will be sustained and effective.
Մեզ մաղթում եմ հետաքրքիր գործունեություն
I wish to all us interesting cooperation.
եւ կարծում եմ, որ այս պայմանագիրը նոր իսկ կհաղորդի մեր համագործակցությանը։
And I hope that this cooperation will give start to our further fruitful cooperation.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you see your,
Hi, welcome.
do you see your flag?
Yeah, we can see your flag and this one with me. It's a Make in India. Both are there.
Now let's pass to signing the agreement.
Yes, let us sign this. Yeah, here is signing formality. Start now.
We have already signed.
Yeah, you signed and let us. I will sign here with the wishes of the long-term association from generation to generation. Yeah, mine.
Yes.
The signature for the generation to generation, long time.
Right, we hope so.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll sign also this treaty. Is it?
Thank you.
So nice. It's a good congratulations.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Amen.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So wonderful moment. It's a truly notable. So everyone can take a photograph of this moment.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh,
video
we are
on.
taking photos already, and then we'll share with you.
Yeah, okay, you take it. I just I take it. Yeah. So everybody will be happy, healthy. We will work together for long time. Yes.
Շատ ուրախ ենք եւ կարծում ենք, որ շարունակական կլինի մեր համագործակցությունը SPA India-ի հետ։
Yeah.
I'm very happy, and I think that this cooperation will be sustained with
Yeah,
SPA
definitely
India.
sustained. We all are happy.
Right.
All associates.
Yeah.
Sign. Yeah. Now we take a good photo of Katran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are ready for passing to your webinar.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Bye to those.
Yeah, thank you. But stay with us for this webinar. You can stay with us. Listen our grand speakers. He is a 35-year experience with us. If you would like to stay with us, you're most welcome.
Busy. He will not be present for webinar.
Okay.
We will be present.
Right. So take care, Rector. Take care of your health.
Sure.
Yeah, show this.
Bye-bye, see you.
Bye-bye, see you, bye. Wish to see you in India. Yes, thank you, Arman. Arman Budil, hi, how are you? Yes, good. Hello. That's so
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hello,
thank you.
hello.
Hello. Thank you so much. Yeah, Arman, bye. Bye. Yeah. Bye, Arman.
Okay, now I'll go to my workplace and there to be connected to webinar.
Oh, most welcome, Armine. So now you are start living with the lion. This one. Yeah. You are associated with lion, huh? Great.
Oh, very good.
Yes, that's great. Okay, Armine. So it's a very historical moment for all of us. And,
yes, historical moment.
Yeah, historical moment for all of us. Even then, I wish you will meet in Pragati Maidan Sports Fair if government allowed us in the 20 to 22 August, 20, 21st, 22nd of August. But it's all depend on COVID, Corona-19, huh? So yeah.
On what time the webinar begin?
Webinar time will begin the 6 o'clock. So we all
6
are
o'clock?
Yeah.
It's Indian time.
Yeah, Indian
so
time.
So 4 in Armenian.
Yeah, it's 4. It's a 4:30. It means 4:15 is there now. 90 minutes.
Okay, we'll join you in 15 minutes.
Yeah, please. Take a relax and fresh.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a signing ceremonies complete now. We can talk to each other. They will come after 15 minutes.
It's a new feather in our cap.
Yeah, new
So
feather.
Party, a very good luck, and many more to come, and
Yes.
to work together to have a new success.
That's wonderful. So sports nutrition, we launched sports physiotherapy and sports medicine. So our next webinar on sports nutrition, Fit Woman helps to make a fit India. So let us, we are here even on 13 people, 6 on the video. Let us introduce, I have a Dr. Payal Shevani from UAE, Dubai, and Dr. Kanika Chopra, she's a director Spa India, Central Delhi. I am with Bani Godara, she's a very strong lady from Hisar and today's speaker. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
And we have Mr. Raghulal Chandra. Welcome. We have Anuradha Verma, district president from Jammu.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Good evening, everyone.
We have Dr. R.K. Sharma. He is a most experienced person with
Hello,
us. And everybody knows, knows to each other, and slowly we'll know to so many people. Meenakshi, can we see you? Hi, Mr. Rao. How are you, Mr. K.D. Rao? Hi, Mr. K.D. Rao. Hi, good to see you, man. Great, great, great. Hi. Then many more. Yeah, Meenakshi, she's a woman, the woman of power, huh?
Hey, Meenakshi.
Meenakshi Kanika is there.
Hi.
Yeah. Armine will join us. Mr. Raghulal Chandra. How are you, Mr. Raghulal? You are from? Oshin join us.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Oshin. Can we see you, Oshin? Oshin is Oshin, you just late. Just signing ceremonies. $5:46. So, Mr. K.D. Rao, can you introduce yourself, please? Yeah, introduce, please. Mic. Unmute your mic. I asked. Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Myself, Mr. K. Danteswara from DPS Jagdalpur.
Oh,
PGD.
wow.
Hello, Mr.
That's
Ram. Good evening.
good.
Good evening, Mr. Rao.
Yeah,
Hi.
thank you, madam. Welcome.
Let us reintroduce to each other, huh?
Yeah, but definitely.
Till then, because our ceremony is finished within 5 minutes only. We thought that they will interact too much with us, but they feel they are different. Yes. Komal Sharma is with
Their
us.
timings are different, na? Devendra
Hmm.
sir, their timings are different, so
Yeah.
one is in that also.
Yes.
And they have finished their ceremony, so they also take few time to adjust and to enter with us all.
I think they were in their institution.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and we can see the other participant. Yes, KS Armine, Dr. Akshat. Yeah, Dr. Akshat, how are you? Bit late, man. How are you, Dr. Akshat? Dr. Akshat. Hello.
Sir, my voice is audible?
Yes, audible. Yes, welcome.
Good evening,
Sir, good
Dr.
evening to all of you.
Yes. Nana Gupta, most welcome, madam. So today we can able to start sharp 6 o'clock.
Let us hope
Plenty
so.
of things. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mr. Raghu Lal.
रघुलाल का नाम ले रहे हैं.
हाँ, रघुलाल चंद्रा. How are you? कहाँ से हैं आप? We can see you, we can't hear you. Unmute your. रघुलाल जी आप कहाँ से हैं? Yes. Unmute कीजिए. हाँ, बोलिए.
हाँ बताइए सर.
कहाँ से हैं आप?
हम जगदलपुर से हैं सर. आप?
अच्छा, जगदलपुर से आप भी.
जी
अरे वाह, that's good. कौन सा इंस्टीट्यूट बताया था राव साहब ने?
दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल.
डीपीएस जगदलपुर. ये
जी.
उड़ीसा या हैदराबाद?
नहीं सर, छत्तीसगढ़.
Okay, Chhattisgarh. Yes. Yeah, I talked to you, Mr. Rao. Chhattisgarh. Yeah, good. That's wonderful. 550. So Dr. R.K. Sharma is today's speaker, and he was principal of DPS Jeend. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. And
Chandra,
Dr. Rao, everything is fine?
I think we should unmute.
Yes. No, that we can do some gupshup with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We have a 10 minutes, so people will start joining at 6, 5:55, then 6:05. So till then, we can pray for each other that this Corona give us a very different platform. Technology and Corona both of.
So is nepotism, sir? Favoritism and nepotism.
Both of. Corona.
Work out. So both these are immediate attention. Corona and favoritism. But I somehow feel that what has happened is because of favoritism we have been facing since our childhood. When we were in school, we used to face favoritism from our teachers, in a corporate world from our bosses, on social media, on our likes and comments. So it's prevailing big time in the system. It's time to work on it.
Yes, definitely.
What people should grow in places. It's a that we all have to work towards it so that the talent can flourish, not just the favoritism.
Yes. Talent should be recognized and should be awarded.
We can really bring change. We all have to change our thinking. We have to change the way we take things. They always say that glamorous world is time because we are busy to be more glamorous than talent.
Definitely.
Somehow that's my thought now.
No, definitely, it's good thought. Komal Sharma. Komal Sharma, can you hear me?
I think Kanika is completely right.
Yeah.
But I think for that one, the system we have to develop. If the mindset is not going to be changed, how we can eradicate from the system? Because in what type of environment we are brought up, like Kanika told, I suffered in school, you can say with this one, later on you can say in the industry.
It's time we need to teach our children from the very basics that favoritism should be completely contented now. It should not be taken up, should not be, because we are accepting it, that is why it is prevailing. Till the time we do not learn or we do not teach our children to move out of, to take it out of the system, it will not go. So action has to be taken by us in our own ways, and we need to teach the new generation, the young generation, that it should not be accepted. That's my take on it. That in school we need to encourage value-based education than just a subject and content-based education. So values are much more important for the school, or else things are going to be very painful the way it is.
Yes. What is your view, Dr. Payal? Added your views and say something about your journey.
Yeah, as a early childhood educator, I'm based in UAE and I'm more towards early years of education. So this topic has been growing on since the incidents happening around because of COVID-19 and the pressure realized by kids. Now we had a discussion like why not to train them, the children, right from the beginning, that it's okay to cry, it's okay to express, it's okay to show your emotions right from the beginning. So if you talk about sports academy and little bit of early childhood, it's little difficult for me, but then I deal with it like it is okay to express, it is okay to come up with your problems, it is okay to share. So this is my line of work,
Absolutely, ma'am. Till that time we don't inculcate those values at the very initial stages, it is going to be very difficult for our new generation to survive the way the favoritism and nepotism is prevailing in our society. The simple example is that he had everything. If I talk about Sushant Singh, he had everything from materialistic comforts to fame to good looks to beauty, everything you talk about, but still he could not survive because he was not being trained to that level, because our education is focused on content. We just want to learn content, we just want good grades, and we are happy and satisfied. We do not work on life skills, which are very, very important for our children to learn and understand. So somehow we need to bring that. And I believe educationists like you and many educationists right now on this panel need to work on it and take some good steps for our coming generations, so that they know that how to come out of these stigma. which is, you know, prevailing in our society.
I think the responsibility starts with parents itself. When I'm dealing with small children, parents are like, you know, if it is a competition, my child has to be first every time. But no,
Yes.
first time if a child is there, it has to be motivated. But sometime if he's an average, he also has to be motivated. So I think somewhere it's the parents' responsibility to come up with such solutions. Okay, if a remote is broken, like, you know, I'm early childhood, so I can explain in that way. So if a kind of anything is broken in the class and the mother gives, like, you know, so the failure is not accepted. So I think the parents' responsibility is to teach them to accept the failures right from the beginning.
Absolutely.
I'd like to add one thing, ma'am.
Work together.
Sure.
I think since I have a 9-year-old son and a teenager as well, so I think what's more important is these days that I see there's a lot of competition amongst the parents.
Yeah.
Parents, it's not the kids who are competitive. They are okay with, they don't understand what is victory or what is loss. They just want to play. Some kids have that winning spirit in them that I always want to come first. But then what happens these days, it's a lot of competition amongst parents, whether it's grades, whether it's activities, whatever. It's not, it's their status that needs to be first. It's not the child that needs to be first. So I think it's more important that parents individually make them understand that it's fine if you lose sometime, but it's not fine to give up. You're not supposed to give up. You're supposed to try. You're just supposed to enjoy eventually.
So we are working on this from early childhood as coding, decoding, and recoding. I mean, coding is when you make up a toy. Decoding is when it breaks up, you have to accept it. And recoding means you have to reassemble it. So this is the technology which we are starting with early childhood educators.
Absolutely.
Meenakshi want to share something. Yeah, Meenakshi.
Yes, also I would like to add here, I think sports is a very good way to teach a child how to be competitive and how to lose also at the same time. You know, you play a sport, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and there are sports where you play in team, so you know how to play in a team, how to accept the other person, how to praise the other team or encourage the other team if the other team wins, and if you lose, how to, you know, buck up that loss. So I think sports again is a very good way to inculcate this habit of, you know, winning and losing and being competitive and you know, be together and you know, a sportsmanship at the same time. I think it's a good way.
It's mandatory to have a sports you know, as a subject from the very basic level. It should not be taught, you know, when our children are teen or when they are, you know, in class 1 or 2. It should be from the pre-nursery level, because that's a time when the learning is at the fastest mode. So they need to, you know, understand that what it's all about teamwork and sportsmanship, about failures, about praising others. So it is very, very mandatory.
Absolutely agree. Correct.
And also the practice of, like, you know, always the child does not has to be engaged with some activity. It is also okay not to do activity. So that practice is also indulging now. This is where we are working.
Yeah, this is something that has come up a lot in this COVID time, where especially mothers are locked with, working mothers are now locked at home with their kids. Earlier, they really wouldn't have that time because kids would be dispersed into some or the other activity after. Now that everybody's right there in the space, it's so become like, okay, he needs to be busy. And I see this like everywhere on social media, like, are there any groups which are teaching kids something? I'm like, it's okay, let them not do something. They'll figure out, you know, they'll figure their way out, like not to do something. They don't always have to be involved in something or the other.
It's a time,
So,
Simon, that we need to evolve a new system. It's a time that we need to evolve a new system. It's a time we need to evolve a new system. You know, it's our expectation or our prospect to our children career has to change. We need to evolve, because Corona and this favoritism and nepotism has given us a new lesson of life, that evolving is very, very important. So it's time that we evolve.
Yeah. So I think it's 6 o'clock now. So let us. We have 4 more minutes with us. And I have Anuradha. Would you like to share something on this debate? It's an untitled debate.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic sometimes. Yeah, Anuradha and Ranjana. We have Yeah.
But these kind of debates are very important, Devendra sir, right now,
Yes.
because we are in lockdown and we have to debate with lot of
Yes.
potentials also, and we have it for
Yes.
the potentials at home.
Yeah, and ultimately we all are thinking and caring about our youth of India, not only India but also globe. And we have Dr. Ranjana Verma with us. She's a associate professor of Central University of Jammu. She's a professor of yoga. So Ranjana, would you like to share some your views? What yoga can help to deal with this kind of unfortunate position? Ranjana. Ranjana, we have a 2 minute.
Hello. Hello. My
Yes,
voice is
Ranjana.
audible to you, sir.
Yes, yes, Ranjana.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I love to speak on this topic that because only yoga can help right now in such scenarios.
Yeah.
Because earlier people were not taking this yoga seriously, but now when death is on your head, so everybody start finding out the
Other ways.
ways to
Yes.
come out of that. So it is like that only that earlier people were not giving preference to yoga. They were saying, okay, yoga, we will do. But now people are rigidly finding out a person who can teach, who can guide, who can let them know the pathies or way that how they can cure themselves with the help of yoga. So now our 21st of June International Yoga Day is also coming, and Ministry of Ayush, they have decided to perform yoga from home. So
Yeah.
everybody has to do yoga at home with their family. So I wish that the whole of the world should get connected on that same day, because I am also a leading person on for that same day to make the people get connected overall. So I wish that let it go from India,
Yeah, definitely.
go from other countries, because the way people are struggling for this, and moreover the Indians, they have showed their interest for yoga, and they have showed their courage to perform and secure themselves. So I'm very happy to see that. So moreover, the way you are conducting sessions, and in all the sessions, I am making out that all the time, somehow, some way, with the help of sports, with the help of acupressures and those pathies, you are trying to motivate the people and public that how they can keep themselves fit, how they can keep themselves healthy. So
Yeah.
I wish that everyone should come out of this.
Yeah.
Soon we will be out of this scenario.
And
Thank
very
you,
soon,
sir.
very soon we will listen you. You will come as a speaker. I think until 21st you are busy. Then we
Yes,
can
sir.
make it at the end of this month. We can make a
Sure,
one
sir.
webinar with you also. So
Sure,
let
sir.
us over to Saima. Saima is she's a fitness trainer, coach, and a very strong lady of this planet, I can say. Very strong she is, yeah. So many stories we have with us. That's why this is a platform to bring us truly strong people on this platform. Yeah, over to Saima. Now I have to mute my mic and request.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice that we've informally interacted with each other, so that's broken the ice for me. So I'm from Mumbai. I am a mother of 2 kids, like I've already mentioned. Fitness is extremely important to me because that's literally transformed my life. And when I say transform, it doesn't mean in sense of wanting to look pretty or etc. So I am a master trainer for Pilates, and I teach for the Gaio Fitness Academy. I also teach for their certification courses. So yeah, as time passes by, I think we'll get to know each other. But right now, I am like really very happy to be able to host this webinar, which is about employment opportunities for sports education. Because most of the time when I'm teaching in our courses, we are teaching, we are readying these students to become coaches. But what I see is that they've got this very limited approach to fitness. Like everybody wants to do a personal fitness trainer coach and wants to become a trainer, go to the Middle East or etc. And you know, they don't have an outlook to what else can I do, and you know what else is there for me to pursue in sports and fitness. And also, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to hear from people who are like so acclaimed in their field already. My heartiest welcome to Mr. Rajkumar Sharma and Ms. Bani Godara. It's like a great privilege because we all need somebody to advise us on what is there for us to look forward to in employment for sports. So would it be better than Mr. Rajkumar Sharma, who's an academic advisor for Brain, Soul and You. So some advisors require in the field of education to inculcate moral values in the young generation for the betterment of society. It's just not important or enough for us to know the sport itself. We need to have a lot of moral values. Rajkumar Sharma is the name in the field of education due to tremendous energy. He has a great contribution to faculty enrichment and development by conducting workshops and seminars and making teachers tech savvy by promoting the latest technologies. I think that's amazing. He initiated the Green School, the concept to create awareness towards environment, working on the value system Sanskar. He's worked with elite institutions. Mr. Rajkumar Sharma is an honorary advisor of SPA, Joint Secretary, Haryana Private Schools and Children Welfare Association. And currently he is the principal for Delhi Public School. What should I say about Ms. Bani Godara? She's the principal of the Indian Public School, Hisar, Haryana, and the advisor of SPA India. So I think it would be a great privilege if Ms. Bani Godara could share her views on and her knowledge for us to know about the employment opportunities in sports fitness, sports education.
Yes. Thank you, Saima. Good evening to everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be in this part of a webinar arranged and organized by SPA. And let me give my small introduction. I am Mrs. Bani Godara and principal of the Indian Public School, Hisar, Haryana. I'm advisor of SPA from last 2 years and associated with Mr. Devender sir, and having a lot of conversation regarding sports with him. And he always try to call me and say, ma'am, give me some views and this and that. So we are already in touch with him. And I think it's a very good platform for sports students also, which Devender sir is giving to everyone. And a lot of information regarding sports of sports academy and association. So in this condition, there are like the topic which we have today about the employment opportunities. Yes, I feel it's really a platform, a place where we can get lots of employment. And nowadays, with what I can say, that if we go a little bit back from 20 years back, already games were there, sports were there, but nowadays we have taken and technologically changed. And there are a lot of changes which we are facing right now. And in this condition, if we go a little bit deeper inside the society and this, and then we will really feel that there is a game is emerging and it is fighting for its place. They're trying to fight, they're trying to get the actual space in the society where sports can also be there. And sports in that, students are also using a lot of technological skills to go with that. And others are trying to become a very popular athlete in sports systems also. Like multiple games are there where people can go there and get a lot of skills, and technically they get strong in these things. So these are the points where we are able to get the employment for the students, and lot of educations which we have to give them. And I think India is now growing with the sports and all. So this is what we can have for the first time. Like India is now giving a lot of opportunities to the students for a lot of other games. It can be any kind of game. We are having a lot of game in India about sports like cricket, badminton, hockey, volleyball, now kho-kho and kabaddi. We are having a sports league matches. We are having, but nowadays because of lockdown, everything has where the plenty of sports are there, and the students, every house has one of the sport person, and they are just trying to make them fit and fine all the time, roads and parks. Even they are working in the daytime in their own fields, they are working with the plows and their cows and the buffaloes. But in the evening time, I can see they're working like any. I am having one of my nieces here. He is an international athlete, and he in the morning time he works a lot at home, and in the night time he's having exercises. And he had got an employment. He has got a government job also for that, but still he's working for it, and I appreciate this for every place for. This is what I want to say. Hello.
I think
Hello.
we lost you for some time.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible now, but I think in between we just lost you for some time, or I couldn't hear you. So if you could, if you don't mind to repeat.
No, it doesn't matter. It is okay,
Yeah.
because it's a network. If
Yeah.
I'm saying that our technology skills are working, then I would say that there can be such kind of glitches when technology is not working. But
Yes.
yes, but it's very true, Saima. I could like to say that in India we are having a lot of place of for the sports person. And I was just talking about my one of my niece, and he is an international athlete also. And what I have observed him in the Hisar, he was here for last month. Throughout the daytime, I have seen lot of students or the sports person who are working at their home. They're working with the plows and their own field. Throughout the day, they were working. And in the night time, I can see for the 8 to 12 hours, they are doing their exercises to keep them fit. And they start to keep on the weightlifting all the time, and working with lot of hard stones they are putting on their back, and they walk on with that. So I think if the students, if the sports person have the passion of that, nobody can stop them. And they are able to get all kind of facilities wherever they are getting. And he got employment also. He got a job and he's working in Bhiwani. So Haryana, I think I'm very proud to say that from Haryana I am. And Haryana is one of the biggest sports academy of the world, I think. So because we have got a lot of awards from Haryana for the wrestlers or weightlifting or athlete or shooters. Even for the shooters also in Haryana has got the awards. So I'm really proud of that. So this is what I want to say, Saima. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You very rightly said that, yes, I think there are a lot of sports people that Haryana has gifted India. I personally know, I don't think they're at national level or international level, but I do know a lot of people who come in our batches from Haryana. It's really nice to know.
National also, international also. We have thousands and thousands of awards of Haryana.
That's really nice. I'm sure you're very proud about it, and India is proud about that. So it's very rightly said again that a sports person never really sticks to, that becomes their lifestyle. Having to come from a family background that my dad is from the Navy, my tata is from the Army, so my dad was a national level polo player back in his time. So his lifestyle till today hasn't changed. So like you said that they would find time for their exercises. They don't need those equipments. They'll make do with whatever they find, but that has to be done. So that is what it teaches. It teaches discipline. Sports definitely teaches us discipline. And yes, like you said that there are, India is rising towards a lot of, sports employment is going to be there. It's going to open up a lot of opportunities for the youngsters. So now it's for us collectively, like people at your status, to help people understand what is the benefit of sports in today's life and give them the right education and guide them towards employment. Thank you so much, Ms. Bani, for your words. It was really nice. So I would like to call Mr. Rajkumar Sharma so that he can share his views and advise us on sports employment for the youth.
Good evening all, and we have a wonderful moderator and the colleague Ms. Godara is there. And I think we have to start, I think this debate is there, this discussion is there. I think this message we have to start from where, because we have to go with the education system. Early the education system, that was that type, we used to consider the grades, we used to consider the marks. And that was, I think, the mindset was there. If you're having good marks, if you're having good grades, you are a good student. But I think there is a change, there is a revolution, there is a, I think change the education system. It is drastically changing, and it is giving the equal importance with academics to the co-curricular activities, and you can say games and sports also. So it means the main aim of the education is the holistic development to make the child, you can say, all-rounder. And then I think the question comes, how we are supposed to make the child, you can say, all-rounder, and how it is going to be helpful, you can say, the child in the life also, and you can say to get the job also. First of all, I think we are supposed to go for that, how these games and sports, they're making the child happy, and they're making the child, you can say, to understand the meaning of, you can say, the life is there. I think I will just say a few lines. One teacher, she asked the child after class, after you can say this, your course plus 2, what you want to, you can say, you go, you can say what type of course and what you will be in life. The child, he told, I want to be happy. The teacher again, she asked, you're not getting what I want to ask you, what you will be, what you want to be in life. The child again told, ma'am, I want to be happy in life. The teacher again told, you're not getting the meaning of, you can say, the education is there. The child, he told, ma'am, I'm getting the meaning of education, but you're not knowing the meaning of, you can say, the life is there. So we have to understand from here, we are just teaching the child, you are supposed to be this one, that one, but ultimately something is missing in the life of the child, that is the happiness is there. And I think from this, where this happiness will come, because the child is not balanced one. The child is not going with the holistic and I think development, the all-rounder. He is going towards the one side because the academic is required. He has to crack the exam. He has to pass the competition. And totally, you can say, devotion toward, you can say, the one side is there. It means we all are working on the, you can say, the IQ. We are bombarding the child with the information is there. The intelligent quotient we are working. What is missing in the life of the child, that is the emotional quotient is missing. The social quotient is missing in the child, the life of the child. The spiritual quotient is missing in the life of the child. And the adversity quotient is missing from the life of the child. And that's why whenever you can say anybody is saying no, the child is not in position to adjust. He's not going to be digest because he was not going to be taught in that way. He was supposed to face the adversity, the question. The adversity he was supposed to face. It was not, you can say, taught. Why I'm telling you all these one, the child was not taught how you are supposed to be in the society, how in the family you are supposed to live. So ultimately, I want to correlate here everything with the games and sports. Because the games and sports, that's why we are saying the education is partial or incomplete without, you can say, games and sports. I'm thankful to Mr. Dev Arora. He has taken the initiative and he's coming with, you can say, I think the series of the webinar on the games and sports to create the awareness. What is there when the child is working as a team? So I think he's the part of the team. And in that one, I think the winning and losing is not having that much importance in the life of the child. That is the 100% participation, you can say, that is there. I have to give my 100%. Then the child is ready to accept the winning, he is winner or he is a loser. He is accepting it. So I think who's teaching this one? Through games we are teaching, can say, this one, you have to accept which one, when the good phase of the life is there or the bad phase of the life is there. So it means we are supposed to understand from here the games and sports. So you can say the team spirit. So you can say, I think this one, the games one, we are teaching them. You are supposed to socialize. You are supposed to make friends. You are supposed to live in that one. So I think somewhere you can say we are working with the help of the games and sports. I think next one, if you're going with that one, the emotional quotient. In these days, I think we have to work on this one. The children there, you can say, I think the nuclear families are there, the broken families are there. So ultimately, we have to understand it, how we are supposed to deal with such type of children. If the children, they are involved in games and sports, so I think somewhere you can say in their life, the pressure is going to be released. And I think the stress is going to be released. The anxiety is not going to be, you can say, dominate in the life. And the children, you can say, they feel happy. Why they feel happy? Because generally we used to understand the biology is there when the child is playing. The chemicals, the hormones are released, which I think goes and can make, you can say, you happy, feel you happy. And you make, you can say, this stress free. So ultimately, this is going to be make the child to work on, you can say, which one? The problem solving skills. So ultimately, when such type of conditions in the life are there, the child is ready to face and he's having the solutions for the problems. because he's the part of the solutions. He's not the part of the problems. So it means through the games and sports, he's learning these type of skills. That is the problem solving skill is there. So ultimately, we are preparing the child for the life. That is more important one. So if we are implementing games and sports, I think we are supposed to make it clear through, you can say, games and sports, how to make, you can say, we make the child, you can say, to live a happy and successful life. That is, I think, the more important is there. Then I think the question comes, suppose we are saying the survey of, you can say, the engineering that is there, especially you can, the mechanical branch is there, electrical is there, and I think the civil is there. So they're saying 93% engineers are not fit for, you can say, job. Then you can say unemployable. They're not fit for, you can say, job, because that what is required, that is not with them. Same thing, I think only 7% are, you can say, employable. Same thing is going with the games and sports is there. If we just, I think long back when Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, he started playing, he played, I think, very good inning. Later on, I think till today, he is, you can say, surviving. Why he is surviving? Because he is having certain other skills. Then you can say games are there. He is writing, you can say, I think the columns for, you can say, the sports person. I think the sports magazine, or you can say the newspaper. He is coming as a commentator is there. So ultimately, we have to understand it. If the children, they are going to be, you can say, I think, make fit for, you can say, the the jobs. So ultimately, we have to give them, you can say, skills. It is not only, you can say, for a short period of time. His duration is there, he has to play, but later also he should continue with that one. So I think it's a long term, you can say, that is there. If you compare, I think Kapil Dev ji, so I think after, you can say, games, he disappeared. Same for, you can say, Virendra Sehwag was there. After, you can say, his inning, he was disappeared. But again, they're coming back. Why? Because again, you can say, they go with the language is there, and no, they are coming as a commentator. So we have to understand from here, with the games and sports, through education, we are supposed to develop the other skills also, which are helpful for, you can say, child later on in life, and they're supposed to have, you can say, long term, you can say, jobs in their life. Then we can say it, because until unless I think I should say, the part is there, it might be academics, other one, because it is not going to be connected with the jobs. So interest is not there. So ultimately, we have to understand it. If you make the children, you can say, employable in games and sports with other skills. So I think the games and sports, that is, you can say, having, you can say, wonderful, you can say, opportunities. Because I think if you understand it, as a player, you can say, he is working. He can go for, you can say, as a commentator, he can go, you can say, in the journalism, right, you can say, I think the columns, or you can say, I think he is in manufacturing industries is there. He is having his fitness, you can say, I think the clubs, or you can say, that is there. So it means a number of options, you can say, for the players are there. They can go for, you can say, jobs. I think this is the first one. Rest, I think the moderator, you can say, we have to go as per, you can say. And sorry for that. Earlier I was in Delhi Public School, Jain. No, I think I'm working, you can say, in Nimauth International School. Jaipur is there.
Oh,
thank you.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajkumar, sir, for sharing your views. But I totally agree with what you've told. I also feel, because I've got kids, I think sports is something that has to be mandatory in schools as not just a part-time playtime for kids, like, okay, I've got PT, let me go play. And that also, a lot of kids, my son doesn't like it, especially, but he loves to play when, you know, in normal days. So I think we need to make sports necessary for them, that you have to, it should not be optional, like, okay, I'll select a few, and then, you know, why didn't you get selected? Teacher, it was already done. So that is something that I think should not happen. It has to be mandatory, because that develops your personality. Your grades are only going to be so much, because probably there's like you just said, like in a family, there are many kind of people, and we learn how to deal with people, and we cannot choose. Likewise, in the team, if we are put in a team, we cannot choose whom we want to be with. So you learn to develop over a period of time how to manage your communication skills with them, and you know, learn how to be a team player. So that develops your personality in life as well as you grow. And also, like you said, that, you know, it's important for people to understand that there are a lot of avenues that are open So once you are an athlete, your life is not over after a certain age, you are retired. There's so much more that you can look forward to. But I think that's really very nicely said that our youth has a lot to look forward to in terms of employment. I just have one question that's personally from my end. Do you think, sir, like like we say, I'm from Hyderabad, so we say intermediate over there for 11th and 12th. Should sports be, is there something like a proper coaching degree for sports, wherein people are vastly educated upon the particular, not a particular sport, on sports in general? And should that be also a mandate for a lot of people? Or should that just be like, okay, whoever is interested, like in 11th and 12th as well? Because what happens, people play for a certain time in school, and colleges, they don't have that option, and then that's gone. So do you think?
See, I think first of all, as you can say, I think the Kanika told, we are supposed to have, you can say, the games and sports, not you can say from class 1, it means from, you can say, they play school onwards. We have to start. When the child has to go with that one, the motor and the cognitive skills are going to be developed.
Yes.
And with this motor and the cognitive skill, when the child is going to be brought up, so I think when class 1 onwards, suppose the subject is there, physical education as a subject is there. And until unless the weightage of the subject, you can say in the marks are not going to be included, the subject is not going to be considered. So I think nobody is taking this seriously. So first of all, I think it should be, you can say, subject, because no, you can say the teachers, they are not, you can say, instructors. The physical education teachers, there you can say, I think they are the PRT, they are the TGT, there you can say PGT. It means they come, you can say, under, you can say, which one? The teacher one. They are not the instructors. And I think the best example, Dr. Sani, he was the physical education teacher, and he was the principal of, you can say, Rapid Delhi Public School, you can say, the RK Puram. So ultimately, it is inspiring for, you can say, all the physical education teachers. You can be, you can say, the principal of, you can say, the renowned, you can say, institute like us, DPS, RK Puram. So ultimately, this is what, if you make, you can say, as a subject, and somewhere you can say it is a mandatory, and it will go with that one, yes, it is, you can say, helpful for your life. When child is coming in class 11th and 12th, because the Indian system is like that, because we are supposed to get job. So it means you are supposed to opt, you can say, physical education in class 11th and 12th. And later on, you can say, a number of, you can say, the sports colleges are there, universities are there, the children, they are supposed to, you can say, be part of that one. And because you can say, if you want to be, you can say, TZT, you are supposed to, you can say, BPEd. If you are supposed to be, you can say, PGT, you are supposed to be MPEd. So it means this is I think the conditions are there. It means you are supposed to go with this is a structured system is there. So you cannot go out of the structured system. You're supposed to part of the structured system. It is to there. Then you can say later on the college, if you are there, then again you are supposed to go with the, I think the MPEd, or you can say the MPhil, and you can say PhD is there. It is a structured system is there. So it means, I think you can't say no to, you can say that one, ki yes, ki the degree is not required, that is not required. I think few persons, those there, you can say very good sportsmen, they got, you can, so many, you can say medals. But today, I think they're forced, you can, to sell their medals. They're supposed to work as a labor. And I think this is what, because if that the elementary education was there, and that was the minimum education was there, nobody was going to say, you can say no to them. So it means if you're supposed to be, you can say, good sportsman, if you're getting, you can say, in Commonwealth, or you can say the Asian game, or other, you can say Olympic one. So it means the government, it might be Haryana government, Indian government, they're providing, you can say, services as per their, you can say, qualification. So it means somewhere, you can say, we have to connect it. Yes, if really, you can say, we want to go for that. So it means somewhere, you can say, degree is important. Either we are supposed to, you can say, take out from there. Then we are supposed to go on the basis of the skills, what skill the person is having, and the person can be get. But you can say we have a structured system. In that one, you can say these are mandatory. That's why you can say, I think if I'll say no, or I will say yes, it is having no sense. So it means we are supposed to go for that. These are the minimum qualifications are required. We are supposed to go for that. What I feel.
That's very rightly said, sir. As we see, India has a lot of young talent. So what happens sometimes is somebody who's in their teens is playing a particular sport, they're picked up, and henceforth they just carry forward into playing the game. And I'm not really sure if they actually have something to fall back on once that time period, that time frame is over. You know, I think every athlete has a phase that they play in. And once that phase is over, then what? That's where I think.
It is very, I think the question is absolutely right. I think you're suppose, I think what is there, the manufacturing industry is there. So they need, you can say, experienced person. If you can say, I think we have to go for that, the commentators are there, because you know very well, you can say the games and sports. So you can say go there. I think you can write, you can say, if you can, language part is very good one. I think you can go for, you can say, to write columns. You are supposed to, you can say, I think in sports magazine, in journal, I think sports journal, you are supposed to be a part of that one. So it is not, I think the life is not end, because your other skills, they're helping you, because you are encashing your, you can say, sports with the help of the other skills, and you're making your life, you can say, longer one. So ultimately, it is not, you can say, I think, short span of time, you can say, in a particular game, but other skills, they will make the best use of, you can say, games and sports, and will make you can say to live, you can say, longer. So it means it will be, you can say, your lifelong, you can say, which one? The job is there. In place of other, you can say at 60, you can retire. But might be, you can say, when you're a commentator, it might be Mr. Sidhu is there, Mr. I think Kapil Dev is also there, Mr. Gauskar is there. Even you can say Mr. Sehwag is also coming. So I think if you see it, I think there's no, you can say, age limit is there. If you want to write for, you can say, magazines, or you can say the journals, or you can say newspaper one meet. So I think that is not required. The age is not required, because other skills are helping you to take, you can, that game, you can say, throughout your life. So I think in that way, I think it is there, because so many options are there. So many, you can say, I think you can say options are open for you.
Great. That's very nice, nicely put. I think all in all, it's also some more about personal development. There's only so much that a sport can teach you. You have to keep polishing your skill to what else can you, staying in that particular field, what else can you garner knowledge from. There's a lot to learn about, I think. And now, since I think the sports industry is progressing so much, so there's a lot to be able to find opportunities in terms of sports management, sports engineering as well. I guess I do have limited knowledge to that, but
Clinic
again,
is also there.
Yeah, exactly. So great. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajkumar. Dave sir, is there anything else you would like to add or ask?
Saima?
Yes,
Saima,
Vani. Yeah.
I would like to add here, I'm totally agree with Sharma sir. The way he has told, it's absolutely right. Few lines I would like to say. Like, see, suppose sports is, what is, it's a very exciting and it's very healthy pastime. We can have a great time to pass in this way for the sports. And if sport is really one's passion, then I think it can be very rewarding, very satisfying kind of thing when we can have it in our life. And when we see to the traditional way, it was considered as a hobby, right, sir? But now we have taken it as a serious career option. Earlier it was just as a hobby, but now we have taken it as a career option. And the success of the sports, what I want to say, people in a recent international sporting event, it has brought to the focus to the sports career. And you can make a career in any of the sports field, depending on whatever the sports you can take up as your expertise. Wherever you think that you are expertise in any particular sports, you can make your career on that. And nowadays, most of the world, they are investing their amount, especially on the sports, to have such kind of competitions. Maybe national, international, global competitions are going on in different sports in the world. And we can make their own career in that. Now, as a sports person, what I want, like, you can get in training from various sports institutions, and academies are there, institutions are there. We are getting a lot of technical skills from those institutions and also. And it is a way where we can transform our children from a very small age towards a very good sportsman also. And like SAI, it's a sports authority of India we have, and it's really doing a good job. And I can see in every part of India and Haryana also, like, these students are especially coming for SAI Academy, joining it, and for doing their practices throughout the day and night. And yes, I will agree here that nowadays, if we go with the career of the sports, we need degrees nowadays. And whenever we go for any school, any colleges and universities for the employment, definitely degree is one of the very important part, because it supports us. It supports a young sports person to get the opportunity for the employment also. And there are plenty of careers. I can say There are so many careers in sports. I have one sports person or one student cannot think that after school or college we don't have any employment, but it's a lack of awareness which we are not able to give them. But if we give them the importance of, if we give them the especially about the advisory of these things, so there are so many in sports industries are there which are giving chances to sport person, like professionals are there, hosts we can have, coaches are there, content careers creators are there, marketing executives are there, social media managers are there for the sports. I can see sports broadcasters are there, sports physicians are there, volunteers are there which are working for the sports without any fees, without any charges. So I think there is we cannot say that we don't have any employment. It's a market of employment we are having, but the main thing is that we as a facilitators, we as a guides, we should give this information to the students in the school level, in the college level, that yes, we are having a kind of career in the sports and you can do that thing. This is our role. This is what I wanted to add with Komal, this one Sharma sir, because we are actually having, we know what we have to do, but we are not able to aware our children.
Right.
Great. Right.
Teachers and all, we need, now, you know, with CBSE has done compulsory. It has done a compulsory also. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, like you said, there is a plethora of opportunities and a lot to be put forward to. And I think the only thing that is lacking is, I think, those who are aware of it. Those who are not aware, it's an onus on us, a lot of us who are involved in all of this, and how we cater it to the regular colleges. Because I think after a certain, talking about non-sports people, after their their graduation or their intermediate, or like how you would call the 11th or 12th, I think most of us just get into IIT, JEE, how this is professed and how this is put into your face. I think we should also talk about sports as being an opportunity for employment and educate them regarding that. So very rightly said, Ms. Bani. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajkumar and Ms. Bani, for your time and for your valuable information. I think I am personally going to take a lot from this webinar, though I was like, this was really nice for me to know. So I'd like to welcome Ms. Professor Tigran for the International Career, and Ms. Kanika for our forthcoming program. My heartiest welcome to both of you and all of you for our next coming opportunity. And Dev sir, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah, I wish to hear from Professor Tigran, what is the international career in sports? Professor Tigran?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to take part again in this webinar, Professor Devendra. And I was kind of in the role of the person who is not in the field, I mean in the sports education, because, you know, I'm more involved in sports medicine and sports physiotherapy, sports rehabilitation. But anyway, there were a couple of questions that arised, and I wanted to ask them to today's moderator and also the experts. What are the principles of the medical control, sports medicine or medical control in local young athlete groups or schools which you have in India, and what's the system of the organizational structure in your country? Thank you.
That's a good question. I think Ms. Bani or Mr. Rajkumar, if you would like to take the opportunity to answer that.
See, I think whatever the question is a very good one, because this sports is emerging in India. It is not developed in that way, but no doubt you can say slowly it is coming in that way. If we are supposed to go for, you can say, these options also. So I think what is to be required, what is the current culture is there, tradition is there, if we are having this two type of game processes there. Yes, later on we are supposed to explain it is not only, you can say, the I think the final one. So many options, you can say, the careers are there, like as Mr. Dragon, he is telling it. So I think these are, you can say, in the coming time it will come, you can say, in the schools and you can say colleges, and I think we are supposed to make the best use of it. Just Mrs. I think Godarasi will tell.
Yeah, thank you, sir. See, actually, sports and sir, can you just give me a repeat of the question, please?
Yes, I'm just interested. What's the structure of the medical service in like young athlete clubs or young athlete organizations in schools?
Yes, sir. So if I talk about school, yes, we are equipped with all kind of medical facilities for the athlete. Especially for the diet control, we are very capable of these things. We always keep on this mind for the students to keep a very good diet control on their body to be fitness is very requirement in their life. So in that condition, for the medicines, we are having a list of medicines which are required for the students, for the athlete. Suppose they are of any particular game which they are going for the national level, because we are having a national level students in our school. Those have gone for athlete players, and for that we are equipped with all kind of medicines. We are having a special physician from the Delhi itself who are coming to school every week for a regular checkup of the students, for their height, for their diet, for their medicines, for their physical features, for their physical exercises and everything. So that's all. I think each and every, like we are from CBSE affiliated, so it is compulsory from the CBSE that we have to keep such kind of physical physicians for us, and teachers also, PTIs are also there, and medical facilities which we have to provide and give a regular checkup and regular informations we have to set up to the schools also, to the CBSE also. So this is all we are doing, and we are trying to make our students as an international player. And definitely, I think very soon our students will go for Armenia also to have an international player also. So in that condition, we are having a lot of, like in Haryana, I can say, sir, please visit to India and Haryana, especially to Hisar. That's a big area for, especially for the sports person. And you are here, you will be able to see how these sports person are working, and they're practicing with the things, whatever they get for themselves to practice. And this is how they are going, literally going towards the international level. And a part of this, all things we are doing, especially we have given our government, state government of Haryana has also given a lot of time and funds for, especially funds also given for the medical for the students. So thank you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you for the detailed
Very
answer.
nice, very
Thank
nice,
you.
Dr. Bani. So, Professor Tigran, come see Haryana. The people are working with the natural resources. You can see brick, trees. They can use for keep fit themselves. So now come on the some sports diet and nutrition. I wish to invite Dr. Kanika Chopra share about this diet and nutrition management. Kanika.
Yeah.
Yes, Kanika.
China के
Kanika. Kanika.
I think Miss Kanika is on mute.
Yeah. So we can love to hear some views from. Yeah, we have a Dr. Surinder Bhardwaj. How are you, Dr. Saab?
China के
How are you, Dr. Surinder
China से
Bhardwaj?
कौन लग रहा साड़ा अपना आप कुछ नहीं
Hello. Dr. Surinder Bhardwaj. Yeah, here I can hear Dr. A.K. Tyagi. Dr. A.K. Tyagi. Yes. Would you like to say something? So, yeah. Dr.
I think
Bhardwaj.
Kanika is back.
Yeah, Kanika. Yes, Kanika. Can we see her?
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Hello. Yeah, Davinder sir,
Yes,
for
yes.
video,
Yeah.
I have to just switch off my video because of 2G problem in Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay.
So if I am audible, can I speak
Yes.
for a?
Yeah. Please. I wish to invite you. Yeah,
Thank you
please.
so very
Most
much. Now
welcome.
you are being talking about a good diet for sports. I can add it on, like instead of protein supplements, eating high quality proteins such as lean meats, fish, poultry, nuts, beans, eggs, or milk. We should encourage our children to take the milk, as milk is one of the best foods for recovery after any event or injury, as it provides also a good balance of proteins as well as carbohydrates. And I also think that at the most basic level, nutrition is very much important for athletes also, because it provides a source of energy required to perform the activity. So what the food we eat, that impacts on our strength, our training, performances, and recovery as well. So diet really affect the sports performances also. So for that, a very well planned nutritious diet should be given to all the coming generation as well as sports person, to cope up the needs of their vitamins and minerals, and provide enough protein to promote the muscle growth and repair also. And we should also always encourage them that they should never take the food which are going to have bad impact for them, like sodas, like you can say junk foods, like the food having high this type of things which are not good for them. So general nutrition guidelines recommended by the diets, which provide mostly 51 to 55% of the daily calories as carbohydrates, while the sports nutrition experts recommend that our calories come from the carbohydrates. So according to me, I just add it like that nutrition is going to play a very important role for a sports person. So one should follow it strictly. And the again question comes like everything starts from home. So especially the parents also take a keep check, they should keep a check on the diet of their kids, like they should load up on carbohydrates, as well as not they should only do take the carbohydrates only without taking 3 to 4 hours daily exercises on them. So we should get enough protein but not too much, and we should go easy with the fluids early and often. Like we should replace also electrolytes with the as sweating removes both fluids and electrolytes. Electrolytes help us to transmit nerve signals also in our bodies. So to replenish them, we should reach to the sports drinks rather, going for the drinks available in the market. So with this only, I should only recommend that one should go with the strictly sports diet chart rather for going here and there being given in the net.
Yeah, can I add something, Devendra sir?
Yes, please. Yes. It's your platform. No need to ask me.
Thank you, sir. I really agree with Kanika ma'am. It's very important for the special diets are especially essential for the sports person. Like she told about milk, I really agree. Milk is there, and but we have to be very careful with the quantity of milk also. As the same, very again careful with the quantity. That depends on the particular sports also. It is very important when the student, when the sports person of which
Yeah,
sports
we
they are
able to
formed.
see.
Like if they get a
Yes.
lot of eggs. So it is limitation is there. Same with the athlete. If we have a wrestlers, then their diet is very different with the, then I can see the students, the sports person, they are very choosy with the things. They don't eat salt, the sugar. Also, they have to be very careful, have the weight. That is very important, that they have to keep control their weight also. So these things are very important in the sports field. If the person
I think Kanika is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I just got disconnected. I really
condition
apologize.
diet, and it's very important to have it for them. And supplementary is also there, so that should be given particularly to those sports person. This is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Ma'am,
Sunny.
just to add, you know what I've been after connecting, I've been listening to all you eminent guests. You know, if I talk about the nutrition, that is very, very important for all of us. It's not only for the sports people. I believe that it is a base of, you know, our success, because till the time we are not healthy, we won't be able to get success whatever we are doing. But especially for sports people, nutrition plays a very vital role. So in case we are not following the specific diets in, you know, specific portions, it is very difficult for us to have that kind of stamina, energy, and you know, a kind of consistency in a sports performance. So when you talk about the bifurcation of diets, it's definitely based on the type of sports we are playing. There are certain sports which require more of a stamina, and there are certain sports which require more of the muscle mass. And above all, you know, since Saima is into you know, fitness, and Meenakshi is into fitness, they agree with me that it's not just about the sports, it's about the fitness also, that we need to follow certain portion of diets. If you're not following that portion of diets, your fitness goals you know, would be very difficult for you to achieve. So
Very true.
definitely we plan, you know, when we talk about the nutrition chart for a sports person, we definitely plan based on certain factors which need to be analyzed, you know, as a pre-factors for planning the diet chart. So in case, you know, somebody is a sports nutritionist, there is going to be a complete analysis of a sports person, what kind of sports the person plays, what is the weight, current weight, what kind of weight he needs to put, does a person need to put on the muscles, or does a person need to put on the stamina. So accordingly we draw the you know, diet plans, more of a carbohydrates, more of a proteins, what combination of minerals, amino acids are very important for any sports person. You know, the family of amino acids plays a very vital role for the person to recover from the injuries. So it should be a part of every sports person, even for the fitness people. You know, we tend to get a lot of injuries when we are doing certain exercises, and if we are not consuming the amino acids in our diet, the probability of getting recovery from the you know, injury goes down. Vitamin C plays a very essential role. The same is the vitamin D. So if you're not taking the sun bathing for some time, the probability is that you're lacking in vitamin D. So there are combinations which, you know, we need to work on depending on the person, depending on the weight, depending on the sports. So this is how we plan the sports nutrition. So, you know, it is a very in-depth understanding and study, you know, which help us to understand that how we can go about it. It's not just planning the carbohydrates or fats or proteins. It's about the individual needs. It's about that what one person requires. So that's what I, you know, tend to plan. I just first try to understand and analyze the person's you know, certain factors. It's not just a BMI, it's not just the weight, there are other factors also. You know, factors like what is your digestion power. You know, there is a difference in a digestion power of a young student to a digestion power of a 50-year-old girl. So we need to 50-year-old woman. So we need to plan, you know, those things. We need to keep in mind those things, that what kind of diets should be recommended to these people. So this is not just for sports person, it's for all of us, that we need to work on it. It is, as mother, I want to plan all those things for my children, not just for sports, for their well-being also. You know, definitely I would look forward that my children should participate in some kind of sports, maybe not at national level, maybe at the school level if they don't have a capacity, but still I want them to play at the school level. But to ensure that play, I have to ensure their diet, because if they don't have a stamina, if they don't have that kind of muscle mass, they won't be able to get success at any level, and that would be frustrating for them. So it is very, very essential. Along with all other factors, nutrition plays very vital role.
Very rightly said, Ms. Kanika. Like you just said, it's not only pertaining to people who play sports. They definitely need a standard plan, and that standardized plan comes very individually as per the needs. Like you said, somebody needs a lot of muscle, somebody needs a lot of strength. I feel, being in my fitness field, if I have people randomly coming and asking me for a diet, like you just said, somebody's digestion power is different from the other. It also depends from the background that you come from the place that you come from. You cannot follow one universal diet. Something that is followed in the West is not something that is followed by us.
I have seen a lot of people following diets, by looking at others. I've seen a lot of people querying from celebrities that what kind of diet you are following, and who's your dietitian, so I want to follow the same diet. Or we just Google it and we try to find out that what kind of diet is available. And if I talk about a simple thing, keto diet, which is like become a fashion these days, keto diet is not suitable for everyone. It is individually, we need to find out that is keto diet good for us. So it's not that, if I'm gaining some weight, I just go on a keto diet and I'm going to lose my weight. That could have impact on other parameters of my body. So it is very essential for me to understand all of the parameters before following anything. And that can be only done when you have a good knowledge, in-depth knowledge about the subject. It's not just about copying anything from the Google. So, this has become a fad in youngsters, in young girls. I have a 13-year-old girl. She keeps on telling me that, since I want to lose my weight, so I'm going on a keto diet. I said, no, you're not going to do that. First of all, dieting is not made for teenagers. You need to have a good nutrition. It is a time for you to have a good food. Once you are grown up, then I'll look at certain parameters and I'll decide that, do you really want dieting? Do you really want to follow this kind of diet? Then we will take a call. Not right now. 13 years is no age. But teenagers, since they've been fascinated by media, by glamorous world, they think, we want to attain that hourglass figure, and kind of all those stuff in their mind is going on.
Yeah, Kanika, just save something for 23rd of webinar.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, you are coming with the Saima again.
I have not a material.
I think Kanika and me will have a lot to say on the 23rd on the same topic.
Saima itself, she is a fitness trainer. I think she is having much knowledge from all of us. She can tell more things.
And Dr. Bani, on 23rd of June, Dr. Kanika, Saima and Pinky Prashant Rajgadia. They are on the webinar, and the title of webinar, A Fit Woman Build a Fit Nation. Fit Woman Builds a Fit Nation, which is truly, and on the day of, I have very good speaker in this meeting also. She is a Meenakshi. She is coming with the master trainer, Mr. Vikas Gulati, hosted by Dr. Nilima Kamraha. And Ms. Meenakshi Shukla, she is in this meeting on the body weight training. They both will discuss on the 20th of June on Saturday. Timing same, 6 to 7 p.m. And I saw that Meenakshi use many purely vegetarian foods which are available in our Indian kitchen to maintain her stamina, protein, nutrient, whatever technical word we can use. She is doing fantastically. Over to Saima.
I think I have to save some content for the 23rd. So me and Kanika will have something to add, a lot of value to the next coming session. Because I think personally, even I come across a lot of people who have these random thoughts that, just to add, I think just to summarize the whole thing about diet has to be a lifestyle, and diet is not a certain thing that you can pick today. Because if I'm going to look at losing 2 kgs today and follow a certain diet, very soon I'm going to give up on it, because neither am I going to follow the diet nor am I going to lose those kgs. So diet has to be something that has to be a lifestyle, whether I'm in Mumbai or I go to Hyderabad, which is my hometown. change of climate, change of place, change of water. I should be
And
able to adapt.
Simon, you agree with me that on exercise also. Exercise is something which we need to pick up as a lifetime thing. It's not that today I'm doing a swimming and tomorrow I'll go for something else.
No,
Right,
like
right.
I say, like you choose. My question to a lot of people who come for sessions is, what is your idea behind wanting to join? I mean, for me, it's like, okay, I need to have people who come. But for me, it is like, what is your goal? It is not just because bagal wali ne apna weight loss kar liya, so even I need to do that. That's not what it's supposed to be. Your age, your health, where you stand, what is it that you're trying to achieve in life? Because being mid-30s, I'm not going to grow younger. I'm going to look younger because of fitness, but I'm aging. So I need to add value through fitness to my life. So I think that is a topic we need to speak on next week. So we need to save it to that.
Dave sir, I would like to add one thing as I
Yeah,
am listening
Ranjana.
to
Yeah,
all.
Ranjana, welcome. I was about to call you.
Thank you so much. As I was listening to all, it's really very nice to hear the views of everyone. First of all, I just want to add one thing over here that normally people are having concept about diet, that they have to lose some weight, then only they have to go for a diet. But what exactly diet is? Diet is not to lose weight or to come out of certain ailments. Diet is perfectly different. As I am also dealing in this field, so I believe diet what exactly we can eat on a regular basis. It's not like that for 1 month or 2 months or for 6 months that we will put on some special diets and afterwards again we have to come back on our normal routine like that. So diet should be according to that which we can have on our regular basis. On regular basis which we can have, that should be full of minerals, vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins. So as you have mentioned that vegetables, whatever we are having in our kitchen, vegetarian food, that is full of all the nutrients, because nowadays we are not making our family or kids or older people our adults or our youngsters, we are not motivating them to have those things, because nowadays we are finding out the substitutions that this is the substitute of that thing, let us have this thing. So we should try to first go to our kitchen, find out the best out from our kitchen. So that is going to help us to give us, because as we go some years back, just to make out our ancestors died, but they were having that time. They were not having any sort of proteins. They were not having any kind of diets like that we are following nowadays. So if we will go to our kitchen, we are having number of things provided in our kitchen that we can give to our children. We can have ourselves also. So my thing is this, that better to opt for such kind of food which should be which should be suitable to each and everyone, because our food matters a lot. What we are eating, that is going to give us troubles, that is going to create the diseases, that is going to create our support, that is going to create our strength also. So I believe right now this is not the topic. Our topic was something different. So whenever the time will be given to me, I will definitely speak on this topic.
Yeah, we are waiting for your time. Whenever you told us. Yeah, Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab, 1 minute. Saima, now this is platform for the speaker. Invite them for the closing remark. Then start with the Dr. R.K. Sharma ji.
See, I think before the closing one, I want to tell you one thing. I think we deviated from the topic number one. Number two,
Yes,
I think
yes.
there's a difference between the diet and the nutrition is there.
Yeah.
There's a basic difference we have to understand. What is the diet is there? What is the nutrition is there? Diet, whatever you can say, we are consuming, we are having that one. And what is the nutritive value that you can say, I think that is having, it might be protein, carbohydrate, vitamins, minerals. So that is, I think we have to understand the roughage. So ultimately we have to understand, you can say first the balanced diet. That is to be required for, you can say, the all, you can say, the person as per the profession, as per, you can say, I think the age group, that is to be required. Second, I think as a school organization, we are supposed to, I think, educate the kids. By the age of, you can say, 18 or 20, the complete body is not developed. It might be female or you can say male is there. So I think the dieting or somewhere you can say, I think it is not having any role is there, because the complete organs are supposed to, you can say, developed. So it means they are supposed to take, you can say, the balanced diet. That is must. Later on, you can say, as per their profession, they are supposed to go with the supplement. What supplements are required? If the sportsman is there, what supplement you have to use? What you can say profession is there, as per you can say your profession, sedentary job is there, your job, because what type of your job is there, nature of your job is there. So accordingly, we are supposed to add, you can say, supplement in that one. And later on, you can say, suppose you are a sportsman, no doubt you can say you are, I think the dietitian is there. The dietitian, you can say, he has to prepare a chart for you. As per you can say the BMR, that is a different one. So ultimately, we are supposed to, a lot of factors are there. We are supposed to, you can say, go with that and explain. Yes, this is, I think, to be required for that one, because we are not supposed to copy anyone, because our job, you can say, are different. Our, you can say, age is different. And I think our, you can say, body is little also, you can say, different, you can say, with each other. So accordingly, we are supposed to, you can say, go for that. And that in that one, you can say that dietitian, or you can say this person there, you can supposed to, you can say, help us, like as Kanika is there, you can say our moderator, you can say, they are there, you can say, I think they are supposed to help us. And I think I'm thankful to, you can say, Mr. Dev, and you can say the SPA India, to giving us such a wonderful opportunity and to share, you can say, about what we are doing in the schools. It might be, you can say, we are working with the values, where you can say, I think, inculcating the values, where you can say, working on the Go Green. I think that the concept is there, how they are supposed to love, you can say, the nature, how they are supposed to go for that. So I think all these are there. That's why we are saying it is a value-based education. That's why I think we are teaching them the life skills are there, because ultimately these life skills are, you can say, very much essential. These are required one. So I think these are, you can say, so many things are there, which are the part of, you can say, the education is there. That's why we are saying the education is incomplete without, you can say, games and sports is a partial one. Without, you can say, the co-curricular activities, then I think we are saying the education is complete, because education main job is the holistic development to make the child, you can say, all-rounder one. Then I think the games and sports are playing a very important role, and Mr. Devendra Arora, he has taken the initiative to create the awareness. I think it is a wonderful, you can, initiative taken from him. I'm thankful to, you can say, the SPA India, you can say, especially you persons, and all, you can say, you can say, I think the audience, and you can say Mrs. Bani Godara and the Saima Khan, you can say, I think wonderfully, you can say, is a moderator. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your kind words, sir. And very rightly said, there's a lot of difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian. We'll save it for the next session. I'm sure we have a lot to speak about. But also, I think, like you just said, kids should be educated about basic understanding of food right from school. I think from pre-primary is where my son has started learning. And that should be, like Ms. Ranjana also said, our house has a lot of teaching to do before they step out and start to learn. So thank you so much, Mr. Rajkumar, for your valuable time. And Ms. Bani Godara as well. I'd like to call Mr. Devendra Sarvasi. Thank you so much for letting me host this, because this helped me understand a lot of things about this session, and I myself got to learn a lot. So for the vote of thanks, I'd like to call Mr. Dev, sir, for your valuable words.
Yeah, before the vote of thanks, I wish to invite Dr. Bani Godara for their closing remark.
Ms. Bani?
Yeah.
To close, we don't want to close. It's a wonderful webinar going on.
Yes.
And but we are lacking of time, and we all are working with other things also. So I would like to say that actually in this session we were supposed to be mainly for the employment opportunities and sports and education. It's important for all of us. So that was the main thing which we have to discuss, and we had a very good discussion and debate and healthy discussion on this sports and education. And I feel that sports and education both are very important for each other. They are the important components of a person where work, when we say, and I think it's a very actual saying on in English, that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So this phrase is very important for all of us, and we have to work and we have to play so that we all can be all the time very active in these things. And sports education and sports both are a very important two sides of same coin. So in this condition, sports and education both has to go side by side. And we have lots of sports entrepreneurship management also, which has become very important right now in today's age, with sports being introduced in educational curriculum, and it has managed with so many important aspects also. So in that condition, sports education should be taken up on the war footing, especially in the schools, colleges, education institutions, for all around development of the person, which will help them immensely with with all the life ahead in this condition. And the quality of the sports and education, I would like to say, it's very important, which gives us a kind of leadership, which helps us to make a team player also, a tolerance, a patience. I think patience is very important thing which we are getting from the sports. And sports education, this trainings also, it helps us to defeat with a smile. This is very important, which help us to help us in every way of our life. Like already Sharma sir told that it's a part of life skill. I agree with him. It's a part of life skill where it helps us to move with lot of struggle, with lot of problems, and sports help us to overcome with all these obstacles also. So it helps us in humanity, even in victory. So it is the healthiest means of refreshment and recreation. So I thank you again to Dev sir and Saima. It was wonderful to have you. Sharma sir, thank you so much for being with us. And Kanika ma'am, really it was very nice to hear you. And I wish we can have more and more webinars on these kind of topics, which can really help us. Like sir told that our next program, next webinar is coming on the Fit Lady and Fit India. So that's really good. Thank you so much, Dev sir.
Mr. Dev, I think here you can say, I will add one. Kanika is started with, you can say, the favoritism, and you can say nepotism. I think when the child, you can see, is having the games and sports, you can say, in the life, he is ready to face any type of, you can say, favoritism. He will not break, and he will not commit, you can say, suicide. So it means we have to see it. We are supposed to make the children, you can say, strong from inside. And that is only, you can say, one way is there. Games and sports should be, you can say, part and parcel of the life of the child. In their sense, we have to teach. Then the children, you can say, they will not, you can say, meet, you can say, or commit, you can say, suicide. They will not break.
Definitely, definitely. Yes, it's a wonderful session. It take 10 minutes more, 14 minutes more, because once the healthy discussion is going on, then nobody want to leave it. So in our coming session, I wish to invite Dr. Payal Shivani and that Ranjana Verma, many speakers. They eager to flows their fire of cylinder from them. They have a plenty of knowledge on their own field. So ultimate aim of the SPA India, we all academicians come together and make a healthy, wealthy, is this Mother Earth, entire planet, not only in India. Because this COVID makes us unite, everyone, thanks to China, that makes us unite, everyone. Now we can work not only for one country or one district, we can work for the entire globe. So thank you very much. And truly, Saima Khan, big round of applause for you. You're too young and very dynamic and energetic moderator for all of us, as Dr. R.K. Sharma has already told, because the duty and the flavor of all academicians, we develop the leadership. So that I saw in you a seed of leadership, and today you prove it that you are a good follower also. It is very important to be a good follower. Thank you very much, Dr. Bani. Thank you very much, Dr. R.K. Sharma, and all my esteemed guests. So we will meet on 20th and 23rd, and welcome. We welcome to all of you. Meenakshi, would you like to say something? Yes, Meenakshi. Yeah, yeah, please. Please, Meenakshi.
So I said I will keep everything for 20th. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I said I'll keep everything for 20th now.
He's smart one. He's smart.
Yeah. It's good. She don't want to reveal her
He's not
entire
going to open
treasure.
the cards. He's not going to.
So she is a very wonderful, a strong lady that we meet on 20th. And also she brought her master with her. So let us, that Guru Shishya, come together to give wonderful things in the world.
Yes.
And
Yes,
one
yes.
of Dr. Nilima Kumraha, she's a registrar of KIIT, World of Education. She is with us on the 20th of Most welcome everyone on the 20th and 23rd. Professor Tigran, again tune with us on the 6 o'clock. Thank you so much everyone.
Thank
So making the world
Thank you
healthy.
so much, Dr. Tigran. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such an informative session. It was great hearing you all.
Within 30 minutes, I will share video with everyone.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you
So
so
nice
much,
of you.
everyone, for joining. Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
मेरे उससे कनेक्टेड है मेरे हॉटस्पॉट से
अच्छा
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ
नहीं
पक्का तो मेरा वन डिवाइस कनेक्टेड क्यों आ रहा है
हाय रघुलाल चंद्रा Can you hear me? Mr. Arun Shrivastava.
यस सर
हाँ कहाँ से हैं आप?
गुड इवनिंग सर
गुड इवनिंग। आप कहाँ
छत्तीसगढ़
से?
सर
अरे वेरी
छत्तीसगढ़
गुड।
जगदलपुर डीपीएस स्कूल
जगदलपुर। वेरी गुड। चलिए बहुत अच्छा लगा। राहुल शॉ इज हियर। राहुल शॉ। नैना गुप्ता। या नैना गुप्ता, हाउ आर यू?
हेलो सर
Hello, how are you?
फाइन सर